finals. Call it the Sweet 16 right here in Indianapolis. We're at Nickerson Hall on the campus of the University of Indianapolis. Two GLVC teams in this regional final. Who could have drawn this one up? It is the McKendree Bearcats and the UMSL Tritons for a great matchup here. I'm Nathaniel Finch. That's Graham Shear. Down on the sideline is Giselle Valentine. And Graham, high-powered matchup today between two GLVC squads.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a fun one. I mean, I cannot wait to see these two teams go at it. Both teams that, have got it done over, maybe even superior teams in the last couple rounds here. It's going to be really fun to watch both these teams go at it. Two star-powered teams. It's going to be fun.
Missouri St. Louis, the 2 seed. We had a chance to hear their thoughts at the post-game press conference last Sunday. Let's hear what they had to say.
Play Tuesday. We look forward to get a little rest and kind of figure out that equation on how to get back here Tuesday and play a really hard game.
Because the goal is always the same. Like, we got to go in the game. We want to win. Everybody in our locker room, we want to win. So we just keep our eyes on the prize, and it's the same thing every time. Play hard, play aggressive, play as a team, and win the game.
One thing I've learned through 5 years of college basketball is that winning is hard. So throughout these wins, this is kind of my first winning season actually in 5 years. So I've learned to embrace the wins. So I always been telling the team this year to celebrate tonight, but as soon as that hits, it's going to be Monday tomorrow. We're going to move on to the next opponent and dial it in.
Their opponent today, the 8-seeded McKendree Bearcats. Boy, they are on a roll. Probably the hottest team in the region, one of the hottest teams in the country right now. Yeah, and it starts with Milos Vicentich. I mean, he has been on a tear lately. Over 8 games, this 8th-game winning streak for the Bearcats. He's shooting 62% from the field, 61% from downtown, 84% from the line, coming off a career-high 31 points on Sunday against Northern Michigan. He has been absolutely electrifying lately. And another guy who's first team in the conference, GLVC, Bryson Boltman. Those two going to be a nice star-studded duo today. Had a chance to sit down with both of them and Coach Suggs in the post-game press conference on Sunday. Let's hear from that.
I want our best basketball in February and March, right? And very intentionally said March a lot because I wanted it to be in March. And here we are, getting that opportunity.
I think it's going to be a very hard game. They're going to be very motivated. We beat them in a championship game for titles, so I think they're going to go and play hard as they can.
Yeah, I think playing them 4 times, we know each other pretty well. So I think it's basically just going to come down to who can execute their stuff better at a higher level. I think we got them the last 2 times. We ran our stuff pretty well, and we stopped them. Our defense was really good in those last 2 games that we played them. And then I think we just got to repeat what we've been doing and doing our stuff on the defensive end and offensive end.
Boy, this should be a fantastic game. Nathaniel Finch, Graham Shear. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Giselle Valentine. Giselle, let's hear what you got.
Leads up to this, the moment we've all been waiting for. Today's matchup between UMSL and the Bearcats marks the 4th time this season, making it the 3rd game in the last 17 days. The last time both these teams met was in the championship game of the GLVC tournament, where the Bearcats did walk away with a 62-51 victory. So both teams are no stranger to each other. It all leads up to this. It's time for the NCAA Midwest Regional Final game. Throwing it back to you guys up at the top.
The winner moves on to the Elite 8 down in Evansville at the Ford Center. That will be next week. It's a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday affair for the final 3 games of the season. But first, we got to get through this one. The Missouri St. Louis Tritons and the McKendree Bearcats. Each team 20 wins on the season, enjoying some of their best years to date. How about UMSL? They were in this game last season, advanced to the Elite 8 after defeating 3 great teams in that regional season ago at Walsh. And man, this season, it's just been different for these squads. Who could have drawn up that it'd be McKendree, the 6th best team in the GLVC here in this juncture of this tournament?
The best team, UMSL, on paper, they should win this game. But, I mean, even if you look at the stats right there, McKendree does a lot of things better than them. The biggest problem with Missouri, St. Louis last year in that final game, the regional final against Hillsdale, was they couldn't stop them. They gave up over 70 points in that game. They really just couldn't stop Hillsdale at all. That is going to be what I'm going to be looking for them, trying to slow down these Bearcats today.
Should be a fantastic game. Again, these 2 squads towards the top of the pack in the GLVC in terms of scoring. It's middle of the pack defense. I mean, they each own their own rights here. How about Missouri St. Louis? Best team shooting-wise and three-point shooting-wise in the conference. And then for McKendree, they're right up there, one of the better field goal shooting teams and, tops of the conference in three-point shooting and three-point defense. These are some well-matched squads. Let's take a look at the starting lineup as you can see them there and as they're announcing them down on the floor. This combination, it's the same from really this entire tournament. For McKendree, Eric Powell II, a great senior guard from Lexington, Kentucky, coming off a 24.5 rebound performance against Northern Michigan. Carson Parker, another guard for this squad, coming off 5.5 rebound and 4 assist day. Did a lot off the score sheet for this squad. And then, a third guard kind of forward, kind of the 4 position here is Caleb Zerlini, a sophomore transfer from Purdue Northwest on the GLVC all-defensive team, all-tournament team in that GLVC tournament. Bryson Boltman and Milos Vicentic, these are the 2 best players on this squad. An argument for being the 2 best players on the court. For Boltman, the senior guard from Nashville, Illinois, 3-time first-team All-GLVC, including this year, also first-team All-Region. For Milos Vicentic, the forward, kind of plays the 5 for a lot of it, second-team All-Conference, but boy, he's really turned it on of late. You talked about this hot streak he's been on. He ended up finishing 3rd in the conference in scoring, and this second half of the season has been phenomenal. He's their best player. Then you look down at UMSL's lineups. Matt Enright, a guard for this squad on the GLVC all-freshman team. Really promising young player for this team. And how about the GLVC Defensive Player of the Year, also on the first team All-Region, first team All-Conference, Isaiah Fuller, UMSL's best player. He does it all. You look at their best shooter. His name is Bowen Sandquist, a graduate transfer from Midland University. Did he pick the right school to go to or what? Heads over to UMSL, the 6'3", 200-pound graduate student guard. And then Victor Wabarocha, man, he plays so physical, so much size. Transfer from Drury University. He's a graduate student as well. His potential final last game here. And then finally, at the bottom of that lineup, we'll see Drew Cisse. He's been playing really well of late. Top 10 of the conference in rebounding, second in blocks. He's just a physical player. Playing the 5 position, 6'10", 220, definitely has the size. These are 2 high-powered lineups, Graham.
Yeah, Nathaniel, we thought that Matt Enright, the freshman for UMSL, might get the bump in the starting lineup and Donovan Vickers be elevated over him in the starting 5. We saw that in the second half against Ferris State on Sunday, I should say, where Donovan came out of the locker room, got the bid in the second half, and he really showed out. But you see Bob Sunvol believes in his guy, believes in his freshman GLVC all-freshman team, Matt Enright, out there to start today.
Coach Sunvold in his 10th season with this squad, 181 and 108 is his record. You look over at George Suggs, impressive resume he's put together in just his second year as a head coach, 36 and 24 and already in the regional finals. This McKendree squad, they have got a lot of promise. Here's the opening tip. Cisse gets it with ease. As you can imagine, he's got a few inches on Zerlini, and it'll be UMSL with a chance to strike first.
Want them to look for their big guys. Fuller, look for him to get the first shot off.
Instead of a first shot, we'll have a first foul, as that one comes early in this one on the Bearcats, the 8-seeded McKendree Bearcats against number 2 in the UMSL Tritons.
But I like the early offense. Isaiah Fuller hasn't shot a 3 all tournament here in this Midwest Regional. He got the first touch on the block, and he went to work.
Well, he can if he wants to. A 41% three-point shooter is Isaiah Fuller. Here's our first look at Victor Wabarocha backing down his defender. And look at that, nice little fadeaway off Carson Parker.
Yeah, he's really able to take advantage of that matchup. Not the greatest defender on him, and he scored 32 points in the 3 games against McKendree the first 3 times this year. It's going to be a big part of their offense today, I think.
One of 3 players in double figures here for this squad, Sandquist and Fuller being the other 2. Here's a quick turnover. The ball's on the ground, and Cisse's got it. Wabarocha on a 3-on-3. He's going to look to go right to the cup, and he can't get it to fall. Rebound from Zerlini.
And that was good defense. Vicentic got back and was able to alter that shot in transition. Wabarocha went strong.
Swing around, ball goes out of bounds. That'll be Triton basketball.
And already you can see the defense picking up UMSL. They hold the Bearcats to, limited scoring, already a couple early turnovers. The defense is playing the passing lanes, and you can see the arms up.
Here's a screen from Cisse. He'll get the ball. He's been playing a few good games on the inside. Isaiah Fuller, team's best player, launches one up, and it's way off target. Cisse gets the board. Second chance points. He got him.
And Cisse is going to have a chance today. I mean, he didn't start that first game of the year against McKendree, but in the other two games, he combines for 22 points, 22 rebounds, 4 blocks, 3 steals in just 2 games against the Bearcats. If he can get some looks today.
How about this? A 3 off the bat. McKendree's going to get their first points from it. Milos Vicentic.
And that might be the MVP of this Midwest Regional. He is playing absolutely outstanding here, Nathaniel. He is just electrifying player, lights out from anywhere across half court.
How about these two teams? Talked about their prowess shooting threes as Enright's going to come up for a layup and misses it with the left hand. Board goes to Boltman. Both these teams coming off incredible three-point performances in these regional semifinal games as Boltman's going to work on the inside, sees the double team, launches one up, and that'll be a turnover. Umsel 12 of 23. That's 52% from downtown in that win against Ferris State. And McKendree got their win against Northern Michigan, shooting 46% from downtown. Made 10 threes. Very impressive numbers. For Umsel, they're going to start with trying to get some points in the paint first. Can't again. Great interior defense by Vicentic.
I think he might have came down over the top, but the whistle doesn't blow. Credit to Vicentic with the defense.
Here's Boltman backing down Fuller, sees a wide open Carson Parker who lays it in, and suddenly McKendree an early lead.
And how about this? Boltman, that's his 172nd assist on the year. He has just dished the ball with ease. He's had 7+ assists 7 times this year. Call him Magic Johnson. Maybe not quite that good.
I see your point, though. He can really dish the ball out so well as Wabarocha is going to work on Boltman. Enright from downtown, the left-hander buries it.
That's one thing he really hasn't done well. His numbers are down from 3 just now. 33% on the year, was about 38% earlier on this season, and now starting to go down. And Wright finding some confidence with an early 3.
Powell sees the tough perimeter defense, has to kick it out. Vicentic, he thought about a 3 instead, kicks it out. Here is Zerlini, team's best defender. Instead, Boltman will take it from 3, and he's off the mark.
Vicentic, a couple unlucky breaks there, but nice defense by Cisse, running him off the three-point line. Cisse is going to have his hands full, but that's what you got to do.
Mid-range J, it's good. That's a pretty one.
And Isaiah Fuller is, a really, really good two-point shooter. Shoots just actually below 50% on the season from 2 now, but he is very good looking for those long twos. He shoots the ball with ease, and he's found some confidence here as of late as well.
Look at that move on the inside. Bryson Boltman starting to heat up.
Yeah, already Boltman with a couple takes towards the basket. That's his first make, but he scored in double figures all but 4 times this year. Boltman really knows how to score the ball.
Reverse layup. It's good from Fuller. Credit Cisse for the assist and the high five there.
Another guy that knows how to score the ball in the 3 games against McKendree. 70 points combined, also 17 rebounds and 11 assists, but he's also shot the ball extremely well. He was 30 for 61 combined field goal attempts, just below 50%.
Boltman shakes off a great
Nice
defender and gets it blocked. They're going to say a blocking foul instead, though, on Enright.
Beautiful 2-man game. Vicentic and Boltman there off the pick and roll. They were able to get behind Fuller with the early cut.
Well, how about this? Umsel takes the early lead. That'll give us a chance to go down to the sideline, have a quick conversation with our reporter. Her name is Giselle Valentine. Giselle, let's hear what you got.
So So far, both coaches are a little bit in disbelief, shaking their heads about how slow-paced this game is going. However, things are picking up on both sides of the floor as it is a 4-possession game. And a lot of McKendree fans are in attendance today. They are super loud to the point where I can't even hear myself think as they're rooting for their Bearcats to win this game. More first half action continues when we return here on UINDY TV and the GLBC Sports Network.
Are you feeling alone in your faith? UINDY Catholic gives you an opportunity to get involved in a religious community on campus, providing sacramental needs and fellowship for prospective students and giving you a sense of belonging.
We just want you guys to know that God loves you, He delights in you, and He's in awe of you, and we would love to meet you. So you should come on out.
UINDY Catholic, a community for you.
UMSL, the early leaders in this one, a 4-point margin, and they haven't out-rebounded McKendree. It's 4-2 in the Bearcats' favor. They're doing a much better job crashing the glass. That's helped them get out in transition, but McKendree really needs to turn on their offense here. The defense is working, but the offense being slowed down by this Triton D.
Nice look there from Bryson Boltman, who hits the first. Boltman so far this year, 79% free throw shooter. He's accustomed to doing just that, hitting both of them.
And he hasn't missed a free throw yet this tournament, 10 for 10. Make it 12 for 12 now.
McKendree can retake the lead here, or at the very least tie it on this possession. We see Luke Hensler enter the game for the first time after that media timeout, as well as Alexander Davitkov. Vicentich on the inside has to kick it out, and here's a three for the lead. Ooh. No, it rolls out.
Would have loved to see that one go down. It was a nice look. Boltman just could not get it to fall. The lid on the basket for McKendree right now. Vicentich and Boltman both rimming out shots on back-to-back drives. Nice, an offensive foul. Moving screen. That's UMSL's first turnover. One thing that they have done extremely well against McKendree this year in the 3 games, just 7, 5, and 9 turnovers. But on Sunday against Ferris State, 14 of them. They really need to take better care of the ball if they want to have a chance.
Both teams a bit of a higher turnover output in those semifinal games, and for McKendree, they allowed Northern Michigan to get back in the game. Big part was to their 3-point shooting, and an incredible performance there. They saw 34 points, incredible 34 points from Max Bjorklund. Allowed them to get back in the game. Here's Vickers, a long 3. He's a little too strong on that one. Good to see him back in the game, though. How about Donovan Vickers? 20 points in just 22 minutes against Ferris State on Sunday.
And 8 for 13 from behind the arc in the 2 games he's played in this tournament. He's really shooting the ball with confidence. Just couldn't find that first one.
Boltman reverse layup. How about that? Not only avoided the baseline, but then he did a great job to lay it in.
He's been kind of neutralized in the 2 games here in the tournament. He's only scored 10 and 15 points against UINDY and Northern Michigan, respectively. But here, really looking for a shot early. Already shot the ball 4 times. He's got 6 points.
Fuller, another mid-range J. He's an expert at those, and he's got 6 early points. Here's a 3, wide open. Bryson Boltman's going to hit those 9 times out of 10 when it's a practice shot.
Shows you why he's first-team all-conference, really making his name known. He's going to have his fingerprints all over this game if they come out on top.
Going to go down as one of the better McKendree players in the Bearcats' history. Been in Division II just since 2012 when they reclassified. First time that they're in the tournament.
Ooh.
Missing that look. That'll set up a Fuller 3, though. There's his first one of this tournament.
And he absolutely buries it. Guy who shoots above 40% from 3 just doesn't settle for threes. That's what I really, really like about his game. He doesn't settle, gets inside, gets to his spots, and makes defenders pay. That time just left wide open.
Vicentich drives inside. Hook shot, but it's off the mark. Tell you what, we've already seen 4 early lead changes today. Safe to say we're going to see a few more before the conclusion of this one. Fuller's going to bring up a screen, calls it from Cordobaum, and uses it to perfection, except he can't finish at the cup. How about that? Boltman responds and ties it up.
And already 11 points. Bryson Boltman doing an outstanding job getting to his spots.
On the other end, Janier Harris gets fouled. Put him at the line for the 3-point opportunity. Let's take a look at this.
Harris is a guy that can be one of these X factors. I mean, he can score the ball. He's just not really asked to score the ball as much. More of a defender and a rebounder, but making his points known.
Umsel takes the 2-point lead, and it'll give us a chance to go down and talk to our sideline reporter in Giselle Valentin. Giselle, let's hear what you got for us.
One of the things that UMSL head coach Bob Sandoval is telling his guys, they need to box out as they are currently losing the rebound battle 7-5. So far in this game, there has been 4 lead changes, bringing it a very heavy, hard-fought battle. First half action continues here on UINDY TV and the GLBC Sports Network.
Bryce Young, right?
What did you say?
No, it's Bryce Young. It's obviously Bryce Young.
C.J. Stroud, the obvious pick for Steichen and the Colts.
Ohio State quarterbacks, we know they don't
I mean, come on. He's got the whole offense handed to him. Check out Last Call. We've got all the sports info you need from around the nation and right here on campus. Plenty of UINDY sports.
College football and college basketball.
The NFL.
The NBA.
MLB.
Don't forget about motorsports.
And I'll give you all the gambling picks you need to know to make some money right here on Last Call, Mondays at 4 o'clock on YouTube.
Just about 9.5 minutes played, and already a guy who's making his name known, Bryson Boltman, with 11 early points, 4 of 6 shooting, and he's coming back out to play.
Yeah, he has had an incredible game. In that first game against UINDY, that kind of limited him a bit, but there's been no limitations on his game these last 2 days, and it's been impressive to see what he's able to put together for Boltman. First player to hit double figures this game. Does so before we even hit double-figure minutes. He has been impressive. So we see here, Janier Harris finishes off the 3-point play.
Like we mentioned, Boltman in double figures all but 4 times this year, 20-plus points 9 times, and he scored over 30 twice. Here he's looking for a shot again. Nice defense.
Great defense there. It's what we're going to see from the number 3 defense in the GLVC, giving up just 66 points per game. The Tritons, they know how to get it done on the defensive side of the ball. Here's Boltman on the drive. Harris bumps him. We'll see if they call that on the floor. They will.
But talking about, Bob Sundvold, he just breeds defensive players. I know we talked about it off air a little bit, Nathaniel, and in previous games this tournament, but the last 4 GLVC players of the year have been in a Triton uniform.
And there they get a great defensive play on cue. Transition 3, no. The rebound for Hayden Meeks.
Watch Vickers. He's 0 of 3 to start, 0 of 2 from downtown, but he won't stop looking for his shot. Never loses confidence. And another guy that's not going to lose confidence, Eric Powell II. He didn't miss a shot on Sunday. He was 8 for 8, 24 points, Nathaniel.
Has yet to take one today, though. He'll be sent to the line for a couple chances at the charity stripe, but what a player he has been here. Finished the season 20th in the conference in scoring, but he's been putting together some great games here of late.
And his dad, Eric Powell, the first in the stands, watching him, cheering him on. Obviously, Powell, a senior. Played 3 years at Asbury University, grew up in Lexington, Kentucky, but he is an outstanding player.
See Donovan Vickers brings the ball up as the point guard right now, giving Isaiah Fuller a bit of a break on the bench. Wabarocha, it's been a quiet day for him.
Vickers does not get a lot of breaks. Good to see him sitting some time out. He'll be asked upon to play a lot later.
Missed three. Vickers gets the long board, steps up, and misses that one as well. This team, they've missed quite a few shots here now.
He's taken 4 shots, Vickers. He left all of them short. I hate to see if he's, losing that power in his legs, but maybe fatigue could be an issue for Vickers.
Yeah, it becomes an issue for all these teams, not only playing all 3 games in the GLVC tournament, but playing all 3 games here in the regional tournament. They're not going to get much rest. That's something that McKendree's head coach had said, with George Suggs, said that all the way back after the first quarterfinal game. He says, hey, we just got done playing back-to-back days in the GLVC tournament, right? Well, now at least they got 1 day off. They got a break yesterday before coming in today, but it starts to add up on your legs.
And even though both these teams are playing so much time, so many minutes on, all these guys' legs, you love to see just a moment ago the hustle by both sides. You can tell both these teams want it because their guys are first to the floor. That's one thing that I've noticed calling both of these teams games is they're always first to the ground. It'll be interesting to see who wins those 50-50 balls today.
It's also something we see with these games. It's, everyone's diving for those balls. Everyone's going all out, and we see an example there. It gets blocked by Cisse. Zerlini on the wrong end of it. Inside to Cisse. Spins around on the inside, and he loses it. He's fouled. Carson Parker commits it.
And again, Cisse can just really take advantage of that matchup. I mean, I don't think that Carson Parker should have been matched up on him, but, anybody on the floor right now, Meeks is playing the 5. Cisse can, put any of these guys in the weight room.
Too short on that one. Probably going to see that a lot more at this juncture of the tournament as well, right?
Yeah, doesn't shoot free throws particularly well. Just 8 for 29 on the year. A little bit below 20% from there. But if he knocks him down, you got an issue.
Cisse can definitely draw some fouls pretty often when he gets inside. He splits the pair there.
UINDY was really able to neutralize Cisse on Saturday, but Ferris State could not on Sunday. He can be another one of those X factors for the golden jerseys.
The feed inside, here's Zerlini. Working on Wabarocha, off the glass, how about that? It's a 1-point game.
Zerlini, you're used to seeing him on the defensive end, but looking for a shot on the offensive end. Nice back down move there, and he was able to take advantage of that mismatch, get one to go.
It's been a quiet start for Bowen Sandquist. Yet to attempt a shot today. Look for him to start getting hot at some point in this game. Team's best 3-point shooter. Wabarocha. Fuller's back in the game. Talked about how important he'll be earlier. Look at that move from the freshman, but he can't finish.
And Nathaniel, you saw on that drive in right, Eric Powell was guarding either in right or Sandquist right in the middle of both. He chose to jump over to the wing and stay on Sandquist because he is knocked down from behind that arc. They were going to allow that drive all day to Madden Wright.
We've hit the under 8 media timeout, and it's UMSL with the 1-point advantage. Let's head down to the sidelines.
McKendree coach George Suggs telling his guys they need to be more aggressive, especially on the defensive side, and says they need to limit their turnovers, as so far they have 6 compared to UMSL's 1. It's the NCAA Midwest Regional Final here on UINDY TV and the GLVC Sports Network.
back here at Nickerson Hall. It's the home of the University of Indianapolis. A 1 seed in this tournament, knocked out to the 8-seeded McKendree Bearcats. You see right there, how about Coach George Suggs walking around, watching his squad play pretty tough opening half here. How about Suggs, a graduate of Bellarmine in 2016, no stranger to tournament success. Bellarmine, these squads before they moved up to Division I, they were making late postseason runs seemingly every single year.
Yeah, and I mean, Suggs, that's so important having a guy on the bench because, none of these players on the Bearcats in the purple jerseys have had any NCAA tournament experience. Having a guy in George Suggs who can give you some of that experience and coach you up on the bench, he knows what it takes, and the Bearcats are really taking what he's given them and absolutely produce with it.
Vicentich on the inside. He'll kick it out and set up a little floater. Foul there as Parker took a bit of a shot attempting to control that one.
Cisse has been enormous in the paint today. His rim protection is really giving Vicentich some problems. They've been able to hold him in check. Just 3 points today for Milos, and he's hasn't really looked for a shot as well. He's only knocked down 1 3-pointer. He's 1 for 3 from the field, able to neutralize him.
Trying to get the impressive feed instead, just out of reach. Carson Parker can't corral it. Wabarocha to inbound.
And I love Bryson Boltman says, my bad there. Obviously, it was a poor pass, and Carson Parker knows that as well, but there's no time for teammates to get mad at each other this heavy of stakes.
Here is Cisse spinning around Vicentich and gets a nice look there, gets the best of the other team's best.
And again, Cisse now 5 points, gives UMSL their 3-point lead. He's also crashed the boards with those 4 rebounds. Nice defense again, Cisse, everywhere.
On both ends of the floor, he has been playing his tail off. How about that? And another turnover, McKendree will get it. Give him his first steal today.
And Drew Cisse, a guy who came over from San Diego City College, played a much bigger role last year, but he comes in under Bob Sunville with these Tritons and takes some more of a back seat, but they're winning.
How about that floater? Look at that. What else can you do against Isaiah Fuller? What a player.
Nathaniel, we have seen some incredible shot making by all the teams here in the Midwest Regional. Fuller the biggest part of that.
Vicentich had a tough look, couldn't connect, and I'll give the ball here to Luke Hensler. Haven't seen anything yet from Eric Powell, aside from a free throw. Here's Boltman too strong. Ball heads out of bounds.
That's been a matchup problem so far. Vicentich and Cisse, they've been really, those inches that Cisse has on Milos has been trouble.
They count for a mile, for sure.
Vicentich against Kendrick Choa. On Saturday for UINDY, he was able to take advantage of very, very well.
Really neutralized the conference's best player in Kendrick Choa. Here's Wabarocha, lays it in. Wide open cut on the inside. And it's just been a nice little run here for UMSL after the scoreless 3 minutes for McKendree.
And then Vicentich against Hazleton for Ferris State, the Bulldogs on Sunday. He scored 31.
Woo! To break the 6-0 run. It's an and one.
And that Eric Powell, he has to be a guy that can hold the ball in his hands and be a matchup problem for this Triton defense. When he is clicking on all cylinders like he was as he was on Sunday, he can add a level of scoring that the Bearcats aren't used to getting, and he could put them over the edge today.
Eric Powell the second from the free throw line. As Eric Powell, the first watch is on down in the stands, been here all tournament. Cuts it to a 4-point game. Here's a wide open look from the corner. Wabarocha too strong. Neither of these teams able to hit many threes.
38% from downtown for Wabarocha on the year, but he's 0 of 2 to start.
Wide open from straightaway 3, and that one's even off the mark. How about both teams? 2 of 6 from downtown.
And some nerves for both teams. You can see, I mean, you can tell a lot of first-time Midwest Regional finalists here. The only one that hasn't, Isaiah Fuller.
The whistle blows as Wabarocha tries to go to the cup, and he'll be sent to the line for a couple.
In talking about Isaiah Fuller again, I love to see him already really, being aggressive, getting to the hole and looking for a shot. 7 field goal attempts already and, 11 points. Isaiah Fuller in the first game on Saturday, 26 points. And then in the second game on Sunday, just 9 points. So really took a back seat and let some other guys take advantage. Bowen Sandquist, one of them. But the Tritons know how to step up big when guys aren't feeling it. Sandquist is cold to start, has 0 points, hasn't even tried a shot yet. Isaiah Fuller picking up right where he left off. Donovan Vickers, another guy who's been cold to start.
Wabarocha, he'll hit both of them. 6 early points for him. He's been big, averaging 11 points and 4 boards in the other 3 games against McKendree. Again, the 4th time these guys are playing. That just does not happen very often, but they met in the conference tournament. McKendree got the best of them. They're meeting here, and they split the regular season series. Boltman fade away. That's a tough shot. Are you kidding me?
Boltman is doing everything right now for McKendree. He's what's kept them in the game. 13 early points. It's still the Bearcats trail by 4. Need somebody to help him out.
Wabarocha from the corner. He's going to back down Hayden Meeks. Definitely Wabarocha's got the advantage. Fades away and too short. Meeks has the size, though.
UMSL fans wanted a foul. I'm not sure where, though. All he was doing was backing down. Meeks was holding his ground.
Well, they're not going to like that one. Janier Harris gets caught a little too physical on that loose ball. (28-24). UMSL retaining an advantage as they have the last few times that we've been able to go down and talk to Giselle. Let's do it again.
The Triton Spirits have lifted quite a bit since the last media timeout. Coach Sandoval telling his guys they need to stay focused and they need to communicate on both sides of the floor. And the Tritons are proving how much they want to get this win here today. You're watching the Midwest Regional Tournament Final here on UINDY TV and the GLBC Sports Network.
Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes. College sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
This game's been flying by here at Nickerson Hall, home of the University of Indianapolis. It's the McKendree Bearcats and the Missouri St. Louis Tritons. We're going to see the Bearcats at the line in the 1-and-1. 3:20 to go. You take a look at Bob Sunvold there in his 10th season. I mean, you can tell that you're tenured when you don't have to wear a suit to the regional finals in the Sweet 16. Wearing the quarter zip. Nice and comfortable there on the sideline as he's looking for his 182nd win in these 10 seasons. Here's Milos Vicentic, hits his first. Boy, has he been incredible from the foul line so far in this tournament. I mean, just last game alone, 8 of 8 from that foul line.
Make it 12 for 12 for the tournament. Vicentic hasn't missed one.
Vickers, DeVitt Cove with a tough defense. This will set up Wabarocha. Tough drive, and he has to kick it out. Great defense from the Bearcats. Fade away. How about that? I don't know if there's anything you could have done better if you're Hayden Meeks, but Fuller still gets it in.
No, that's great defense, but just better offense. Incredible shot making. Fuller's done that a couple times now. That fadeaway elbow jumper, making it look easy. You kidding me?
That one's not easy. It's a deep three, and it rolls around. Vicentich, well, he's human. Here's Wabarocha. Oh, he definitely could have taken the three if he wanted. Instead, Fuller loses it and is fouled. Meeks picks up one.
I think Fuller definitely got away with the travel there. As he caught that on the wing, he started to move towards the basket before he dribbled. But, you know, obviously, got to get lucky every once in a while.
The next common foul will result in free throws for either team as UMSL one more foul away from being in the bonus. But first, they'll have to toss it in from the baseline. That's Vickers. Gets it into Fuller. Isaiah Fuller, the best Triton, gets fouled again, and now we'll see him at the line for a 1-on-1. How about this UMSL team? I mean, we talked about how they were in the Elite Eight last season, right? So they won this game, moved on, graduated 4 all-conference players. 5 of their starters are gone. There's only 2 players that are, you know, on this roster from last season. Front end is in.
Yeah, those 2 players, Isaiah Fuller and Trevor Moore. A lot of the guys in the gold jerseys transferring over from other teams, Madden Wright and a couple freshmen like N. Wright, but several of the guys transferring over from other teams and picking up right where this Triton team left off from that 2021-2022 campaign, getting back to another regional final.
Trying to put a little bit of separation between these 2 teams as UMSL's hit that one. You know, it was UMSL in this game a year ago. Like I said, they actually lost to Hillsdale, so their season ended in the Sweet 16. Lost by 10 there, and definitely not trying to repeat that for McKendree. This is all new for them. Never been in the NCAA tournament.
But going back to that Midwest Regional Final from last year, they're playing much better defense here against McKendree. They've forced already 8 turnovers by the Bearcats.
Powell gets a steal. A turnover on the other end.
I was going to say they've taken much better care of the ball, but as soon as I would have said that, they turned the ball over.
Parker on the inside, double team. Nice feed. Davidkov gets on the board. Has not been able to do that hardly at all this tournament or the GLVC tournament, but Alexander Davidkov from Belgrade, Serbia. Same with Milos Vicentich. He hits that one in.
No, and he hasn't, but what you just watched, folks, is McKendree basketball. The ball movement, cutting, off-ball screens, Davidkov to the bucket. Love to see it.
He had 18 assists in that semifinal game on Sunday.
Look
Trying
out.
to go coast to coast. He'll get fouled. Nothing called it. They said it was all ball on the other end.
Not sure I agree with that one.
Now Fuller pulls up on the runner, and he hits it. And instead of a foul that could have been called on the other end, UMSL capitalizes and puts the ball through the hoop. It's a 6-point lead for the Tritons. Give us a chance to step aside. More next. GLVC Sports Network and UINDY TV.
Are you feeling alone in your faith? UINDY Catholic gives you an opportunity to get involved in a religious community on campus, providing sacramental needs and fellowship for prospective students and giving you a sense of belonging.
We just want you guys to know that God loves you, He delights in you, and He's in awe of you. And we would love to meet you. So you should come on out.
UINDY Catholic, a community for you.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized.
Here's the inbound McKendree. 50 seconds to work with to try to cut into this deficit before they head to the locker room. Trying to take some of the time off the clock. Here's Vickers running the one right now for the squad. 10 seconds between the clocks. Mason Kortelbaum on the inside, kicks it out. 5 to shoot, looking for the best shot. Fuller takes it from 3. The bank's not open for him. They have 10 seconds here. Vicentich, he's got all the urgency. Powell just hit a buzzer beater at the last halftime he played. Here's a attempt at another one, and it's awry. He misses his first shot in the last few minutes. That'll bring us to the score we have now, 34-28. How about that first half, Graham?
Yeah, it was an incredible first half. Both teams were, throwing haymakers at each other, really looking for their shot, really playing some great offense and defense, and it was fun to watch. Expecting, an even better second half here as McKendree down 6 will try and fight back.
How about this first half? 4 lead changes. Most of them came off the early, and then since then, it's been all UMSL, but they've been able to keep it close. So let's go ahead and head down to the sideline with our reporter, Giselle Valentin, Coach Sunvold.
I'm here down on the sidelines with Coach Sunvold. So, Coach, defensively, your team leads in the turnover battle 8-2. How impressed have you been with your defense, and how important has it been having the lead at half?
Well, I thought we've gotten back pretty good. We've got matched up really good. They got 2 really good players. I mean, Milos and Bryce Boltman are terrific, and we've gotten a good job of getting back and kind of getting in a stance and getting our defense set. I'm a little disappointed we're standing around a little too much on offense, and we got to get a little more movement. But, hey, I'll take that half. It's a good half for us, and we'll look forward to the second half.
And that leads into my next question. How do you keep this momentum going into the second half?
These guys will get after it. They're seasoned by now. They know what we got to do. It helps that this team beat us twice in the last 10 days, so we got to play better, okay?
All right, thank you, Coach, and good luck. That was head coach Sunvold here. And when we return, second half action continues here on UINDY TV and the GLBC Sports Network.
Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes. College sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30, touchdown. Michaela Burgess. An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30, touchdown. Michaela Burgess. An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org/opportunity.
In NCAA Division II, student-athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student-athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student-athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Well, it's so many memories, I would say. I think the things that when my teammates and I get together, what we enjoy the most, I think, are just all the stories, all the things that happen between us playing against some of the best schools. You know, we played some Division I schools. We beat Eastern Illinois twice. A thrill for a Division II school to go in and to beat a Division I school. And I think we remember, you know, feeling like kind of the David versus Goliath. And that's what I think we realized, if you can come together as a group, you know, that you can have success. Well, I think any competitive person, it's tough. But I still look at it today. You know, it's been 30 years since I played competitive basketball, and in the business world and the education world, you lose, and things happen, and you go back to your playing days, and you got knocked down, and you got to get back up. So that was kind of our mantra. I think to have dreams. As a little kid, I had dreams that I wanted to do something athletically, you know, and basketball was my passion. And so I don't care what it is, do something that you like, that you're passionate about. That to me is the most important thing, and then work to achieve it. And if you work hard enough at it, I think your dreams can come true, even when people tell you it'll never happen. And that to me was kind of the David versus Goliath thing.
I'm here down on the sidelines with Coach Suggs. So Coach, very close first half. What were some things you were impressed with?
You know, I think I could give you more things I wasn't impressed with probably than I was impressed with. I do think we produced really good shots when we took care of the ball, so we got to continue to do that in the second half while also taking care of the ball a lot better.
And second half action begins pretty shortly here. What are some things you look to improve in the second half?
You know, we got to take care of the ball offensively. Defensively, we got to trust our fundamentals. I think on both ends of the floor, we haven't been super fundamental in doing what we do. That's part of why we've had success lately, is we've been executing our stuff, and we got to do that better in the second half.
All right, Coach, good luck to you in the second half. Thank you. That was Coach Suggs here down on the sideline. When we return, second half action continues here on UINDY TV and the GLBC Sports Network.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela Burgess. An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
Hey, it's Giselle here on 88.7 WICR.
88.7 The Diamond, the only jazz and classical station in Indianapolis, completely led by the students of the University of Indianapolis. Listen to us on iHeartRadio, TuneIn app, FM radio, HD radios, or even on our website at wicronline.org, a different kind of public radio.
I pledge.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
Welcome back to Nickerson Hall. If you missed that halftime interview, Giselle had a conversation with head coach George Suggs of McKendree. Heading into the break, though, she talked to Bob Sunvold. Both these coaches got kind of like where they're at this juncture of the game. Obviously, down 6 for McKendree. Not the ideal situation, but they're in striking distance, Graham. They're right there against the number 2 seed in this regional.
Yeah, and I would say, you know, the biggest thing that I think they need to improve upon in the second half is just, you know, other scoring. They only had 2 bench points in the first half from Davidkov. All the starters are doing all the work, but, you know, basically it's only Bryson Boltman. He's 5 of 10 from the field. He's got 13 points, but Vicentich has been held in check. He shot the ball 5 times, only knocked down 1 3-pointer, and he's also 2 of 2 from the line with 2 rebounds and a block. He played 18 minutes, but he was not really able to score. If the Tritons can repeat that second half, I know obviously scoring-wise, but if they can repeat the defensive half that they just had, then they're going to come out regional champions.
Elmsall doing a great job getting points in the paint, and they're not settling for too many threes. Of course, neither of these teams really hitting much from downtown, but Elmsall just doing a better job inside. I think that's why they've got this lead. Both these crowds had to drive about 3 hours east on I-70 to get here, as we see a slam off the opener, just like Coach Suggs drew it up for Caleb Zerlini.
Awesome pass, awesome finish, great play for their first possession of the half. That should get them some momentum if they can continue to run plays like that.
Wabarocha working on the inside on Boltman, tries to turn around, tough shot, and he can't. Gets his own board though, it's a long one.
And the awareness by Cisse, able to tap that one out.
That 3 goes awry from Fuller, and the Bearcats will control it. I mean, 2 of 9 from downtown now for Elmsall. Not quite how they drew it up coming into this one. Boltman on the inside looking for some points in the paint, and he can't. Fuller gets the board. Tough defense. Here's Drew Cisse working on Vicentich, and he got it. Didn't even have to look at that one go in. How about that?
Woo. Behind the back, little no-look shot like you said, Nathaniel. That was impressive, to say the least. Tough shot. Good finish.
Boltman, nice feed. Here's Zerlini. Double teamed, and it's stolen away. No whistle. Wabarocha got it.
And that's McKendree's game. Boltman with the pass. Zerlini, but great defense by the Tritons.
The transition, Jay, is no good. Board goes to Zerlini, and now Vicentich pulls up from the right wing, and maybe a little too ambitious.
He has got to find a way to get some kind of offensive rhythm.
Just 5 points for him. He's coming off 2 straight games where he hit his career high, 26 against UINDY, and he had over 30 in that win on Sunday. But here, I mean, he's being held in check. It's been very impressive. He'll get a couple shots here. Well, instead, they're gonna inbound it.
And to that point, though, Vicentich, I would rather see him try and get to his spot around the paint. He works much better closer to the rim.
Sandquist, the 3-point specialist, hits his first layup of the game. It's his first 2 points. He's been quiet.
But that's exactly how you get going. If you don't have a shot going from the outside, take it to the bucket.
Parker to the bucket, and he's fouled.
Some good takes by the Bearcats here to start this half. Impressive to see, and I like what I'm seeing on the offensive side. Much better than the first half, where they shot 9 threes, only hit 2 of them. Same for, Missouri St. Louis. They shot 8 threes in the first half. They were 2 for 8. Now they're 2 for 9. They've matched the Bearcats in that category. But Parker trying to score a couple points, takes it to the bucket, draws the foul. Nice offense.
Just under 70% from the line he averages this season, coming off a 5.5 rebound, 4 assist game. Good all-around player for this squad. And there he misses both of them. Can't have that.
He's missed some free throws this tournament. Carson Parker, in the last game, he was 3 for 6, 6 for 7 on Saturday.
Pull up, long 2, and he got it. I mean, he can hit from anywhere on the floor. All smiles for Isaiah Fuller.
Now 19 points in the largest lead of the day for Elmsall. McKendree, how will you counter? Need a good play here.
Boltman chucks it up. Can't get the whistle that he was looking for, and He sets up a 5-on-4. It's stolen away. Thrown. Here's Boltman. What a crazy sequence to the cup, and he misses it. Umsel gets the board. What a crazy couple possessions. Now Fuller on the inside. Too short. Ball goes out of bounds. We'll see who they call it on. That's a tough one. They say it's McKendree.
You know, and you might say some sloppy play, but I mean, this is basketball where, you know, these 50-50 balls, which Umsel seems to be winning all of them right now, is going to win them this game if they continue to do so and McKendree stays this cold.
A 10-point lead. It's been the biggest lead of the day so far. McKendree going to try to make this a 7-point lead.
Gotta have
Boltman
it.
can't. I mean, they've just been ice cold since that dunk.
And open shots like that is ways to get yourself rhythm and some momentum on offense, get the ball going through the net, but still can't find any shots, can't buy a bucket if you're the Bearcats.
I think they just need to get it on the inside. Get in the paint to Milos Vicentic. He's your best player in this tournament. Just continue to get it to him.
Wow.
They try to get it around it, but Enright can't hit, and instead goes out of bounds. It'll be Umsel possession. That'll bring us to the under 16 media timeout. And what a crazy 4 minutes coming out of the break. Matt Enright chased down that one.
Beautiful offensive possession by Enright. Awesome move to get to the bucket. Just couldn't pay it off, but he was upset with himself, but that's good basketball, taking it to the bucket.
Umsel comes out great out of the locker room, gives them a 10-point advantage. At this point in the game, it's head down to the sideline.
It's the start of the second half, and both coaches are not happy with how their teams are playing. Coach Sandoval got very heated after Matt Wright's blocking foul. He was on the court saying some words I cannot repeat on air, but second half action continues here on UINDY TV and the GLBC Sports Network.
Hey, it's Giselle here on 88.7 WICR.
88.7 The Diamond, the only jazz and classical station in Indianapolis, completely led by the students of the University of Indianapolis. Listen to us on iHeartRadio, TuneIn app, FM radio, HD radios, or even on our website at wicronline.org, a different kind of public radio.
Back here at Nickerson Hall, where the Umsel Tritons and the McKendree Bearcats play at least once a year. This is game number quite a bit for all these guys. They each played once in the regular season, and obviously this is their third one in this tournament. They are used to playing in this arena at this point, and I mean, who would have thought that two GLVC teams would be playing in the Midwest region? I don't know how many times that happens with so many great GMAC and GLIAC squads. Boltman tried to control it, but instead gets stolen away. Here's the first three of the game for Sandquist, and he can't get it to go. Gets a second chance from the logo. Sandquist again misses.
But he's shooting it with confidence. That's all you want to see.
Boltman inside, double team. They get the best of him. Cisse gets the board.
He has had some struggles finishing around the rim. He's now 5 for 15 from the field. He's not got his 13 points extremely efficiently, and credit that to the great defense by Umsel around the basket and the rim protection by Drew Cisse.
Fuller to the cup. He lays it in off the glass.
And one thing McKendree is lacking is that rim protection. Vicentic has not been able to do it, and no other Bearcat, including Zerlini, has either.
Cisse picks up his second foul of the contest. How about his game? Just 7 points, but he's got 6 rebounds, 2 assists. McKendree's going to have the ball and trying to cut into a 12-point lead for Umsel. It was the Bearcats on Sunday who had a 24-point advantage in their game against Northern Michigan. Saw it go all the way back down within a bucket. Here's a pull-up from the free throw line. That's not Vicentic's game. You want to see him go all the way to the cup and use that size that he has. 6'7", 220 pounds.
And I think the biggest part of Cisse has just been able to be physical with him, pushing those elbows, and Vicentic has not been able to get inside to that paint.
Vickers adds to the poor shooting day for UMSL from 3. 2 of 12 now from downtown, and now a foul on the loose ball. It's going to go. Looks like against Bryson Boltman.
Nothing working for McKendree right now. This is the part of the game. You still have plenty of time, just trailing by 12, but you need to force some stops here on defense. What does George Suggs do? He draws up that full court press. They're going to pick them up the length of the floor. But on offense, you have to find something that works, but you can't settle for threes. Just continue to push the paint and try and look for your shots inside. Continue to go to Vicentich, because sooner rather than later, he's going to turn things on.
Another foul. Heavy whistles here. And right now, a word, the referee not happy with what George Suggs is saying. You see he's getting a little heated in there.
You talk about what they need to do. That's exactly what they shouldn't have done. Davidkov has to know that crossing that half-court line, Vickers is, you know, such a skilled player. He's a veteran who knows how to draw fouls, and Davidkov has to be smarter than that.
Pull up from the free throw line. That's a pretty touch from Janeer Harris. JUCO transfer. Didn't play from the 7th of January all the way until that GLVC tournament. Good to see he's back healthy and playing some great minutes. Had 6 points, 3 boards, 3 assists on Sunday.
And look out if you're McKendree, a 10-0 run, a 12-2 run since the start of the half.
Davidkov inbounds it, can go to the cup. Instead, he's fouled. Vickers picks it up. Now we'll see Alexander Davidkov at the free throw line where he shoots 72%. Not a ton of opportunities this year from there, but when he's gotten them, he's been pretty good. Although it looks like they're going to say it's not a shooting foul. This could be dangerous. Right now, George Suggs continues to get in the ear of these officials.
And off the jacket comes.
Yeah, on cue. But on that foul, they say that he wasn't in the gather, so instead they're going to inbound this one. It's on the floor. Here's Powell. Haven't seen a lot from him. Right wing 3, and that's not even hitting. Almost stolen away. Now it'll be a foul against Victor Wabarocha.
Pointing fingers, Wabarocha there. Could not get to the ball. Carson Parker, great job able to stay with the possession and force the foul already. 5 team fouls on UMSL. That could be bad for them.
Timeout called. Seeing if cooler heads can prevail. Tell you what, UMSL been a completely different team since that game just a few days ago. We'll talk more about that next here on the GLVC Sports Network and UINDY TV.
The world's a crazy place, and it's only getting crazier. And it seems like no one wants to talk about it. So I'm going to. That's why I created Real Talk, a roundtable discussion show where each week I bring on different guests to talk about hot button issues in society. Join me every week to get your questions answered, Wednesdays at 1 p.m.
They're winning. Back here at Nickerson on Nathaniel Finch with Graham Shear down on our sideline is Giselle Valentine, and taking a look at the difference in these 3 games that these guys have played against each other. Obviously, UMSL took the first one. That was back on the 12th of January. How about this Missouri St. Louis team? Shot over 50% from everywhere, but more importantly, 15 made threes, and they won that game running away. These last 2, though, UMSL made just 4 3-pointers, shooting 20% in the regular season finale against McKendree, and then this GLVC championship game, UMSL shot just 35% from the floor, made just 2 3-pointers. Today they've only made 2 3-pointers. Graham, I mean, it's just been different teams coming out and playing different ways, but when they've shot well from 3, they're winning these games.
No, to echo what you said, I thought that they would need bench points. UMSL, they had 25 in their only win. In the 2 losses, 12 bench points and 8 bench points. They've only had 5 today, but they are turning it up on the defensive end, and they're adding it on offense. They have been able to score already 44. They only scored 51 in the championship against McKendree.
Powell goes down hard, misses the shot. Parker gets the board, takes one up, and ball never hit the rim. And now a foul called. Tensions
Careful
are
here.
flaring.
Great hustle by Victor Wabarocha. Able to come away with that one, force the jump ball, and we are going the other way. All to that guy's effect. Not Fuller, but Wabarocha. Guy with the goggles doing it on both sides of the ball here tonight. He has done absolutely a phenomenal job.
Janier Harris to toss it in. Vickers picked up full court by Davidkov. Great defensive pressure there from Alexander Davidkov. Here's Fuller on the inside, working on Parker. The feed, it's out of bounds. McKendree gets the ball. Just the 5th turnover today for Umslid. Done a great job taking care of the basketball.
And if you're McKendree, you have to capitalize this. Just 2 points off those off the 4 first Umsl turnovers. Now this the 5th. Can they do something?
Eric Powell working there on the best defender in the GLVC. Here's Vicentich, nice spin move to the cup with the left hand. Need to see that a lot more over the next 12-35.
Well, that's his game, can't settle for shots, don't force the long twos or, short threes, but instead working to the bucket. He reminds me of Nikola Jokic, Nathaniel, with his footwork, with his spin moves. He doesn't seem like he'd be super quick and, fast, but he is going towards the basket.
The feed on the inside, the right block. Here's Wabarocha, lays it in the harm.
He's feeling it now.
A chance at a three-point play. A chance to increase this lead to 15 points. Look at this. It just rolls right around and in.
Using every part of the rim, but Wabarocha now 8 points on the day, chance to make it 9. He's done it on the defensive side. 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks here in his 20 minutes out on the court. There's a reason why he's on this Triton team and maybe about to come away with one of the All's tournament team.
He's looking like one of those players that is not ready to finish his career.
Oh, no.
A graduate student, spent a couple years at Drury, was at JUCO before that, and now laying everything out for Umsl. 7 to shoot, straightaway 3. That's not good either. For McKendree, 2 of 12. Mirroring the numbers from downtown is Umsl.
Well, what McKendree has done the last 8 games, and the biggest part of their 8-game winning streak, is they have shot the field goal. They have shot the ball extremely well. Field goal percentage over 50% now on the season as a team, and they just can't buy a bucket tonight, 32%.
The cutting Wabarocha gets fouled again. 3-point play, 2nd time in a row, put him at the line. Are you kidding me?
And Triton fans are going to let him hear it as well.
Look at this feed from Cisse.
Jeez, out. Everything clicking for Umsl right now. McKendree needs a timeout.
And that timeout will bring us to the under 12 media timeout. That, of course, will cue up a conversation with our sideline reporter, Giselle Valentine. Giselle, what do you got?
All right, Nathaniel, the Bearcats have eased off the gas pedal as they've only gained 4 points so far in 8 minutes. Coach Suggs is visibly frustrated with how his guys are playing and had a verbal exchange with one of the referees. He could be on the verge of getting a technical foul as they've been going back and forth at each other, using some words I cannot say on air once again. And his jacket is officially off, so you know he means business. Second half action continues here on UINDY TV and the GLVC Sports Network.
Award-winning news coverage. Brought to you by ethical journalists that care about you. We have you covered on crime, latest on sports, and the best in entertainment. This is UINDY TV News.
If you're watching on UINDY TV's YouTube. You just saw a promotion for UINDY TV News. It's a newscast we have every Tuesday night. Of course, tonight we've got other things planned for content to go out on this channel, but next week and on, tune in the news on UINDY TV's YouTube channel.
And Victor Wabarocha, if you have plans for next Tuesday, might want to cancel them, might be going to Evansville.
How about that? A three from Milos Vicentić. He does not want to.
Not so fast.
Does not want to cancel his plans. He's planning on heading down to Evansville. That's a great shot from Vicentić.
And that's what they need. That's their third three-pointer. Need more of those, confident-looking shots. See if he can play some good defense.
Fuller, tough shot, is fouled. Did you see much contact there?
I mean, I think that in the air, he kind of on the readjustment, Fuller was able to force some contact, and I think that's why the whistle blew, maybe the contact on the body. But credit the big guy, able to move his feet and stick with Isaiah Fuller. I mean, you don't even see guards being able to stick with Fuller, so Vicentić able to lock him up there for a little bit, but Fuller eventually getting the better of him. See if he can knock down the pair.
Hits the first. Such a good free throw shooter is Isaiah Fuller. He's just such a good shooter in general. Finished in the conference top 10 in scoring. Led the team in scoring, second in rebounds. He just does it all for the squad. And of course, he's coming off a tough game, though. Just 9 points against Ferris State.
And Cisse working the glass again off the free throw miss. Able to bring that one in. The golden jerseys are everywhere, pulling in every 50-50 ball, every rebound. It's beyond me how this team only went 11-9 in the GLVC conference, because when you look up and down the list, Nathaniel, we've been saying they do everything extremely well.
These have been two polar opposite seasons to get them to this point. How about UMSL starting 14-1? Then they came to this building, played UINDY. Since that game when they lost to the Hounds in a ranked matchup, they kind of went on a slide. Finished off the season really on a losing skid, but they turned it on when they needed to, entered the tournament. How about that block from Zerlini in transition? Powell. And he's called with a charge. Sandquist does a good job on defense. But how about this? Ended the regular season losing, one of their final 6 games. Winning just one of those final 6, I beg your pardon. And, they've now won 4 of their last 5, including making it to the GLVC Conference Championship, Midwest Regional Championship. This team is turning it on when they need to. For McKendree, though, they started super slow. Then they went on a huge, scorching hot streak at the end of the season. They've now won 8 straight coming into this one.
Well, dare I say they're like a blue blood. They know how to play in March like Duke, Kentucky, Michigan State. They're extremely coached well. Bob Sunvold knows what he's doing. The defense is what wins you championships. They do that well.
You can look this one over at the replay center if you want. How about Cisse, a tough hack at the eye of Bryson Boltman. Got to say it wasn't anything too crazy. They're not going to look it over. Definitely could have thought if it was flagrant or not, but instead they'll say it was inadvertent, so give McKendree the ball to inbound. How important are these next few minutes here for the Bearcats?
Extremely important. Vicentić has picked it up. Now he scored 5 points here in the second half. He's trying to get going. He's knocked down his last 2 field goal attempts, and he's calling for the ball here. He and Bryson Boltman is what's going to drive this offense. They need it.
To the cup goes Zerlini, and he drops it in.
And Boltman picks up his 3rd assist of the day. That was a wonderful cutoff ball by Zerlini. And an even better find, Boltman. Credit the pass and the shot to him, cutting the lead down. They need more of that. What they really need, though, is a stop here on defense. And the Tritons going to waste all the time they possibly can.
Tritons have led by as many as 18. The lead is at 14 right now. Like you said, they're just going to take their time, look for a good shot, see if they can increase that number. Junior Harris kicks it out. Here's a long 2. Fuller so good at these, he does not need a rim.
And you see Fuller guarded by Vicentić. Bob Sunvold has done an outstanding job. They have made it a point to switch Vicentić on defense, make him work. Fuller's gotten the better of him.
Meeks from 3, that's a no-go. Still just 3 of 14 from downtown. McKendree really struggling. Both teams are in that category. You think that'd be the difference here. If McKendree could get hot like they had, I mean, on 10 made threes, they shot lights out on Sunday. As Cisse, nice lob to the bucket. If McKendree could just get hot from 3, they'd be in this game, but I'm still just doing better making their 2s, and each team struggling from downtown. Makes double team, he walks with it.
Well, the Tritons on defense, I mean, they're doing something really interesting. They're allowing the ball movement, which McKendree just hasn't been able to pay off the open looks. But off the double team, they have been able to double team at the right moment every single time down the court. It seems like Cisse got it that time. Super impressed with his game today, 9 and 8.
30-second timeout. We'll take one with them. UINDY TV, GLVC Sports Network. A nice lead for the Tritons. McKendree of late trying to get back in this one, but UMSL, they're starting to build themselves a lot of cushion here. Head coach George Suggs for the Bearcats, not the happiest out there on the floor.
Well, you know, McKendree was able to cut into the lead. They cut it down to 14. That's as close as it's been, you know, here since a few minutes ago. And you see a quick turnover. George Suggs says, let's run. Let's score some points here.
We knew it would be only a matter of time before Davidkov got the best of Vickers. He's been playing such pesky defense in the full court. Now Zerlini's going to inbound it. Gets it to Davidkov. See if he can turn some defense into offense. Calls for a Vicentic screen. Boltman, Euro step, and he drops it in. That's beautiful.
That was a determined Bryson Boltman. He just said, get out of my way. Surprised there. You know, honestly, it could have been an offensive foul called there on the Boltman there. Fuller nearly drew it. No whistle.
That'll be UMSL ball as Zerlini tried to corral it and ended up knocking it out of bounds. So second life for the Tritons. Today, UMSL out rebounding the Bearcats by 5. To call that one a board, you can say 6. As Cisse gets it knocked away, Vicentic has to try to track it down. A chance here. Davidkov sees some room and has to kick it out. Boltman standing alone in the corner. We'll see if they can get it to him. Instead, Powell, the step back. No. Nothing hitting for Eric Powell II in a travel. That'll be McKendree ball. Just a bad break for UMSL as they got possession there but walked with it. Brings a timeout. Brings us to the under 8 media timeout. And you know what that means. It means we get to go down to the sideline and have a quick conversation with our sideline reporter in Giselle Valentin.
You can see the hustle on the Triton sleeves as they're looking for a revenge victory here tonight. They've been getting those second chance points and those defensive rebounds. We're only just a couple of minutes away until someone's going to be crowned a champion here in the NCAA Midwest Regional Tournament here on UINDY TV and the GLVC Sports Network.
Are you feeling alone in your faith? UINDY Catholic gives you an opportunity to get involved in a religious community on campus, providing sacramental needs and fellowship for prospective students and giving you a sense of belonging.
We just want you guys to know that God loves you, He delights in you, and He's in awe of you, and we would love to meet you. So you should come on out.
UINDY Catholic, a community for you.
Highlighting them.
Back here at Nickerson Hall. McKendree down on the scoreboard by 16, but trying to cut back into the deficit. You see head coach Bob Sunvold got to be pretty happy with the way his team has played to this point. Although of late, I mean, McKendree's done a good job playing great defense, turning it into offense. They're chipping away.
2 turnovers for UMSL in the first half. Already 6 here in the second half through the first 12 and a half or so minutes.
Quick 3, right wing, he's hitting everything. Milos Vicentic, 13 points.
Wow, they called that a 2. Let's see if they change it. They called a 2 on the floor. They might have to review that one. I looked to like a 3 to me. For now, it will remain at 2, but like you said, Vicentich has gotten going here, and it was just a matter of time. They're gonna need more of that, though.
Cisse saves it, playing jackpot, and right now it's Davidkov who wins it and gets a couple on the other end.
And here come the Bearcats, down to 12. 7 minutes to go, plenty of time. They force some stops here, now make it 9 UMSL turnovers.
Going back to that Vicentich, what looked like a 3. His foot was on the line. The beauties of a YouTube stream. Popped it up on the monitor, went and looked back, and his toe was on the line. It probably wears size 15. If he wore size 14, it would have been good. But who cares? He gets 2 on the other end, and now it's been all McKendree. It's a 10-point game. A 6-0 run since the last time out. 8-0 overall. And look at this. The big man, some hustle in his muscle.
Cisse can't stop him now. Be careful, Tritons. Vicentich has got it rolling.
Let's head to break.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
Missouri at their season average right now. Bryson Boltman and the Bearcats getting things going. Let's take a look at this one. We see foot on the line. Replay shows it, so it is a 2. Good job by the officials to call that one. We got a little over-ambitious up here. See, a player can't make a three-pointer in this arena tonight. Even the ones that look good, they're 2s.
3 for 15 for McKendree from behind the arc. The rebounding, though, going in UMSL's favor. McKendree trying to crash the boards and change that notion. They're doing a better job here, but they need more of it. Still down 10.
UMSL right at their season average in rebounds per game. We still have 6 and change to go here. Cisse corrals it. Here's Fuller. Great defense to catch up. It looked like they could have been a step behind. That's been the big thing here. Here's another 3. And the conference's best three-point shooter. Graham, you and I saw it firsthand. 8 of 11 from downtown in the GLVC quarterfinals. Sandquist can get hot, but there he's off target.
0 for 3 on the day from deep. Really.
Vicentich, this one is a 3. Count it.
My friend, we got a ball game.
Just like that, 7 points separate these two squads. The 4th time they've played.
It was 55-37. Look at the score now.
It's 11 straight here on the drive, trying to stop the run. They can't. They're going to foul.
And that was a good call. Vicentich just bumping Cisse there on the block. Might have threw a couple elbows. Stops the play, but credit Vicentich. Awesome job being able to get himself going. Never lost confidence. Now 3 of 5 from behind the arc, 6 of 12. You know, he was missing everything. You look down, he's still 50% on the day.
How often do you see big men, 6'7",
right.
220, you know, your post player shooting so well from 3 is the front end of a 1-on-1 missed. That's tough. I mean, you got to hit those. Cisse misfires.
And a dead ball because the ball didn't hit the rim, so McKendree takes it out of bounds. Now I wonder if Bob Sundvold will wear a suit and tie if they make it to the championship of the tournament.
Coach Suggs trying to make sure nobody finds out the answer to that one as he's out here trying to figure this one out. Corral on his bench is we're going to talk this one over.
Eric Powell getting going, Bryson Boltman getting going, Vicentich, everything rolling. The fans are electric now here in Nixon Hall. McKendree trying to make a comeback. Chance to cut it to 5 with a couple free throws here, but got to be careful, just a 1-and-1.
From the stripe, he got it. Next one can make it a 13-0 run. Just like that, Graham. Just like that. This squad getting back into it.
We were ready to crown UMSL the champions of the Midwest. McKendree has other plans.
13-0 the run. Boltman, a big reason why. Vicentich, the other one. Each player has 17 points right now. And now, the small McKendree contingent getting loud.
And Wabarocha enters back into the game a couple dead balls ago. Let's see if that has some effect. His points, rebounds, and defense has been outstanding.
Fuller chirping on the floor, trying to lead this squad, get them set up. Here's Harris on the drive. Gets it poked away, it's a steal.
10 UMSL turnovers.
Boltman walks it over. Gives it off to Vicentich, step back three, no.
Ooh, that one would have brought the house down.
Yeah, it absolutely would have. 5-point game. Under 5 to go in the game. Wabarocha hands it off. Here's Enright from the logo. DeWitt Cove playing tight defense. 8 to shoot. Fuller needs a good bucket. Instead, they get it to the corner. Wabarocha from 3, and it's off target. Zerlini to Vicentich. Milos Vicentich playing so well from Belgrade, Serbia. He's a junior. He's working on the inside. Gets some tough points in the paint.
How about
it's a
this
one-bucket game.
How about this kid? How about the guts? Takes on the best UMSL defender. Takes Isaiah Fuller, spin move, dream shake all the way to the glass. It's a 3-point game.
Is that beautiful or what? Suddenly a bucket separates these teams. McKendree fans on their feet. This brings us to the under 4 media timeout. Gives us a chance to head down to the sideline with our sideline reporter. She's been great all day. Let's hear what Giselle Valentin has to say.
You know that phrase, miracles still happen? Well, we are seeing that here in Nickerson Hall as the Bearcats have gone on a 13-0 scoring run so far. And it is such a great game, Nathaniel and Graham. I can't wait to see what happens next here on UINDY TV and the GLVC Sports Network.
Are you feeling alone in your faith? UINDY Catholic gives you an opportunity to get involved in a religious community on campus, providing sacramental needs and fellowship for prospective students and giving you a sense of belonging.
We just want you guys to know that God loves you, He delights in you, and He's in awe of you, and we would love to meet you. So you should come on out.
UINDY Catholic, a community for you.
All smiles from the McKendree huddle. You know why? Because it's a 3-point game. Nathaniel Finch, Graham Shear with you. Down on the sideline is Giselle Valentin. This is the Midwest Regional Finals. 4 minutes to go. The winner moves on to the Elite 8 down in Evansville a week from today. What a final we're going to have here.
I cannot wait. Down the stretch here. Can't wait to see what happens.
Ooh. Whistle blows there. We've seen a lot of those. It'll put UMSL in the double bonus.
And the second foul today on DeWitt Cove. He's played excellent defense. That time just wasn't able to hang with Enright quite as well. Enright, the freshman, 79%, maybe the 2 biggest free throws of his life to this point.
It's the first.
Clutch. Maybe not the 2 biggest free throws. He did win the 5A state championship over in Missouri last year. Probably shot some free throws there.
He's got to be right up there with it, though.
But 2 clutch ones from the freshman.
Boltman on the run, down by 5 again.
Wow, what a
DeWitt
pass.
Cove, no way. He got it. What a time for a triple. Alexander DeWitt Cove, his first of the tournament.
How about that pass? Caleb Zerlini caught it midair. Touch pass to the corner. DeWitt Cove pays it off. 2-point game. Wow.
Wabarocha, guarded by Boltman. He wants to shoot this. Oh, he wants it so bad. He launches it up. In and out.
Put it in.
That would have been beautiful. Instead, McKendree a chance to tie or take the lead. 4 early lead changes, nothing since then, and a foul. Boltman at the line for a chance to tie it up.
We thought the Bearcats were dead in the water just a few minutes ago. Down 18, and they were just treading water. They could not get anything going. And now here they go. Chance to tie for Bryson Boltman. Nothing you want. If you're Coach Suggs, you are extremely happy with the Bearcats and how they've played. And if you're Umsel and Bob Sunvold, I'm not really sure how you answer. They have got punched in the mouth. I'm not sure how they're going to respond.
This next free throw would make it a 20-4 run. How about that? This team, like you said, dead in the water. And now they're a single away from tying it up. And they do.
Brand new ball game.
The final 2 minutes and 50 seconds of the Sweet 16, you could call it. Winner moves on to Evansville next Tuesday. Here's Fuller. He drives in. Wabarocha almost loses it. 7 to shoot. Goes up tough, and he got it.
Finish.
2 players on the floor, but Wabarocha give him a pair.
You know, Wabarocha made that look easy, but coming from underneath the baseline, underneath the hoop, that was not at all easy. And Wabarocha makes that one look easy. A tough finish.
Boltman on the drive. Goes up, doesn't count. That's an offensive foul. Boltman hopping around, does not agree.
He is irate, but I honestly think that was a good call. When he went through the step through, I think he used that off arm to push with his left, got to the basket.
More importantly, the 4th foul called against Bryson Boltman. In the running for the GLVC Player of the Year this season. And he gets called there. He's a foul away from an early trip to the bus.
And obviously you got to keep him on the floor. Down 2. George Suggs needs his guys. Boltman has been their best player all season long. Vicentich right there with them. They need both of them out there if they want a chance.
Harris trying to make it a 2-bucket game. Here's Fuller. Isaiah Fuller setting up a screen. He'll drive, kicks it out. Janier Harris, air ball. The rebound for Boltman. It's a big one. He's got 9 boards today. He's 1 away from a double-double. 90 seconds. Davidkov playing some very high-level minutes right now. This is March Madness. Boltman switches hands. He loses it. Steal Wabarocha. Madness, I'd tell you, Graham.
That might have been the best defensive play I've seen this entire Midwest Regional. I'm not sure Wabarocha had a chance there, and Boltman crosses back over the poke away. Wabarocha uses those long arms, and
inside of 60 seconds to go. 5 to shoot. He walked with it. Umsel took their time and ultimately will give the ball to the Bearcats.
How about this? 9 Umsel second half turnovers. McKendree has locked up the Tritons on defense this half. They have to close it out well.
The finishing moments here of this 7-game tournament at the University of Indianapolis, and a foul. This one's huge. They could foul out Boltman right now. They're going to talk this one over. Instead, it'll go against Janier Harris. He tried to plead his case there. Instead, Harris now has 4. He's 1 away from heading to the showers. How about Bryson Boltman? 19 points. He's been a perfect 6 of 6 from the free throw line today. What more could you ask from your star? Also 9 boards, and he hits the front end.
And Boltman now 17 for 17 for the line, from the line this tournament. I don't want to jinx him, but wow.
You did not. He's too good to be jinxed. Look at him there. It's a tie game.
I don't expect him to miss anytime soon.
Timeout called, 13 seconds between clocks. Upsall with the ball when we return. This is the NCAA Midwest Regional Final.
Bryce Young, right?
What did you say?
No, it's Bryce Young. It's obviously Bryce Young.
C.J. Stroud, the obvious pick for Steichen and the Colts.
Ohio State quarterbacks, we know they don't
I mean, come on. He's got the whole offense handed to him. Check out Last Call. We've got all the sports info you need from around the nation and right here on campus. Plenty of UINDY sports.
College football and college basketball.
The NFL.
The NBA.
MLB.
Don't forget about motorsports.
And I'll give you all the gambling picks you need to know to make some money right here on Last Call, Mondays at 4 o'clock on YouTube.
Looking at the huddle for McKendree. Now let's take a look at what Bob Sundvold cooking up there in his 10th season. Second appearance in this NCAA tournament, making it to this very stage of the tournament last year. Lost to Hillsdale. That game by 10. This game a lot closer. We're tied up, and Sundvold just used his last timeout. The winner moves on to Evansville. Next Tuesday, they'll reseed the final 8 teams. So you're not going to see McKendree, keeping such a seed, coming in as, definitely one of the underdogs of this entire tournament. But goodness, have they made a run. You see their faithful standing up and cheering. The 3-hour drive to Lebanon, Illinois.
Coming in as the number 8 seed, I don't think anybody thought that they had a chance, but nobody thought they had a chance in the GLVC tournament. Look where that got them.
Right. Ran the table, beat this UMSL squad, won that one running away. Just a few possessions remain in this tournament. Fuller's got it, back to Enright. Huge minutes for the freshman. 30 left in the game, 15 left on the clock. Gets it inside to Harris, to near Harris on Milos Vicentić. Tries to get it to Fuller. Fuller lays it in, my goodness. Isaiah Fuller, 26 points. And a quick timeout. That'll be the last one of the game. Let's stay right here, though. Graham, what are we going to see from George Suggs' squad?
Ooh, you have to go with, one of your 2 best players, but check out this look. That's a big-time shot by Isaiah Fuller. Give him 26 points. He has been outstanding here today. 11 for 19 from the field, doing it on defense as well. To answer your question, McKendree needs something going towards the basket. Can't settle for a 3 here. I would not, actually, I was going to say go quickly because then that gives you more time. But even if they miss a shot, you still might, if you go quick enough, you foul UMSL right away and, you open the door at a missed free throw, which could still give you a chance to then tie the game. So I'm going for something quick towards the basket, and I'm going for one of my 2 guys, Boltman or Vicentić. And if I'm lucky, one of them gets fouled and has a chance to go to the line.
Those 2 gentlemen own half of McKendree's boards. And my goodness, 40 of their 59 points have come from Bryson Boltman and Milos Vicentić. You can only imagine who 2 of the 5 players you and I voted for were on this all-tournament team.
Look for a screen to get one of them, either Boltman or Vicentić. You see him standing at the top of the key. Look for a screen to get one of them open going up top. You see Boltman. Here we go.
Here we go. This is it. 11 to shoot. Loses the ball. Stolen away in a foul. What are they going to say here? Looks to be against the defense. New life for the Bearcats in the double bonus. 3rd foul from Wabarocha. Boltman at the line. He could tie it.
Again, the chance to tie. And, that was good defense, but on the strip, definitely a foul. UMSL fans obviously not happy, but I think it was the right call. Boltman definitely got slapped across the wrist on the steal and the reach and sends him to the line. Wow.
How big is that? That's his first missed free throw.
That is monumental. He honestly, has to try and make this one, and then if you make it, you foul right away. If you miss it, you still are going to foul right away because there's not enough time.
Definitely don't have the size to try to miss one here. He hits it.
Now you play about 2 to 3 seconds of great defense.
Hey, Boltman just checked out.
Wow. with those 4 fouls, that's honestly smart because they have to foul here, Nathaniel.
Carson Parker comes in.
2 to 3 seconds of good defense, and then you foul.
From the corner, they're doing just that, and the foul came. It's a 1-point game. My goodness, I'm still at the line. They're going to have 2 chances here. They make them both. McKendree needs a 3 or else.
And who else do you want at the line besides your star player? Has 26 points in the night. Isaiah Fuller shooting 77% from the free throw line. Chance at a berth in the Elite Eight.
He misses that one too. How about that? The pressure free throws. Fuller this season 77% from the line, and he just misses a huge one. And now a 3 can win you the game.
Make or miss. I would not shoot the 3. I would go for the tie. If he makes it, quickly down the floor, go for 2. Give it to Vicentich or Boltman.
They've only made 5 threes today. I think it's a good strategy. 7 to shoot. Boltman running across. 5 seconds to tie it. Kicks it out for the win. No! Air ball, no! To the ground goes Erlini. And the Tritons celebrate. The UMSL Tritons a scrum in the middle of the floor. Are you kidding me? What a finish.
And you couldn't have asked for a better look. But Zerlini has not shot the 3 ball super particularly well all year. Just 32% from behind the arc. And he couldn't cash it in.
Look at that scrum, the disbelief.
Wow.
From the Tritons. Game. This is a completely different team from a year ago that lost by 10 in this moment. Instead, the Tritons advance out of the NCAA Midwest Regional. Holy cow. They'll head to the Elite Eight. They got to be one of the top contenders. Are you kidding me?
And they're going to play either New Haven or Bentley, one of the 2 teams out of that region. They're the 2 and the 4 seed. The number 1 seed, St. Anselm, in that region got knocked off in the first round. So definitely has a chance going into that Elite Eight, Nathaniel, as well. And I would say that I like their chances as well as they're playing right now. I mean, check out the team chemistry. Love to see it.
They punch their ticket to the Elite Eight at the Ford Center down in Evansville. They'll play next Tuesday. If they win, they'll play next Thursday. The championship next Saturday. My goodness, what a finish. What an incredible game. 2 GLVC squads make it here, and it does not disappoint. Let's head down to the sideline. Our sideline reporter, her name, Giselle Valentine. Let's hear what you have to say.
Like Nathaniel said, it is March Madness. What an amazing finish to this Midwest regional route as UMSLs are champions. A redemption win for them as they were a team who made it to the final round last year but lost to Hinsdale. What an amazing game for my last time here at Nickerson Hall. So reporting for my final time here at Nickerson Hall, I'm Giselle Valentine, throwing it back to you, Nathaniel and Graham.
A bittersweet ending to an incredible career. Down on the sideline for Giselle Valentine, a bittersweet ending to an incredible season for the McKendree Bearcats. They just had, by far, their best season in program history, led by George Suggs. In just his second year, this McKendree squad, they're going to be back.
They have a chance, Nathaniel. And that Elite Eight, I mean, just watching them play, the defense, they held McKendree to 60 points. If they are working on offense, which tonight they were ice cold from 3, just 13% on the day, and they still got it done. 11 turnovers. I don't expect that to happen again. They coughed it up a lot tonight.
Last season, UMSL advanced to this NCAA tournament for the first time in 30 years. Now they've won 2 straight weekends here. And how about this? They hold up the trophy, advancing to the Elite Eight, where they were not able to last season. The celebration's going to run rampant in St. Louis. Biggest reason why UMSL won this game, Graham. What do you think?
Oh, I mean, there's so many reasons, but, I mean, you have to credit the defense. They only gave up 60 points. They turned McKendree over 14 times. They were able to get on the break, 8 steals, 4 blocks. I mean, that has to be the biggest reason, and if they continue to play this high of a level on the defensive side, anything on offense, if they can score, you know, over 65, especially anything over 70, you have to like their chances.
An incredible finish to an incredible game, 62-60. The Tritons, they led by as many as 18 at one point in this game, and it finishes with a 2-point difference. Big thank you to Giselle Valentine. You just heard she announced her final game down on the sidelines for UINDY TV. This, of course, my final game on the headset from this gym as well. And what a bittersweet season this has been. For our wonderful crew here at UINDY TV, our director, Liam Blaze, keeping us going this entire broadcast. Congratulations to the UMSL Tritons. Our sideline reporter, Giselle Valentine. To my left is Graham Shear. I'm Nathaniel Finch, signing off one last time from Nickerson Hall.